Day 5. I know, only one more to go. I don't know what we're going to do. We may have to find a way to talk Emily into extending these out. But video number 5, today we're talking about, I'm not collecting opt-ins. How do I start? Oh, wow. That's a great question. First of all, where do you need opt-ins? You know, we talked about it in the prior video number 3, where we talk about TCPA and capturing consent. That's a great place to you know, that you want to be able to make sure you have consent, that you've captured consent, that you've got that good revocation program. But you have to decide first and foremost where you need it. When you text messaging, that's definitely one of the places that you need it. Email's a different story. Again, if you go back to the FDCPA definition, as we saw in video number 4, we're allowed to communicate with the consumer through any medium, right? So it's almost, you know, important to realize what does that look like for us? You know, do we want to communicate with consumers, and we think from a risk perspective we should get their opt-in first, or the creditor should be following the new safe harbor? Great questions for you to be thinking about with your compliance folks and your internal and not external legal folks. So clients that do not have great revocation programs is a great opportunity to build your own opt-in perspective. So if you have somebody who signs up with an email, but the creditor never emails them, then you might want to say, I'm going to create my own opt-in process. Best way to do this is in communications with consumer via letter and a QR code that's specific to them, drops them off to a page where they can put that information in, or they could call in and your agents could actually request that information from them. All these channels and abilities to be able to do that. You could text them and ask them for their opt-in for email because you've already got their consent to be able to do it otherwise. So you have those opportunities. But I like to start simple. Payment reminders is a great way to do that. So whenever you got a payment reminder, they're going to be typing in their email address so they can get that reminder, so you don't have to send that out anymore. You can do a form on your website that says, hey, if a customer comes and says, I don't want the calls anymore, then you could put in there, hey, give us your email address instead and we'll contact with you that way. Over 80% of the people that want their phone numbers removed still want to be contacted about their debt. They just don't want it done over the phone. And that number's dated. So I'm guessing that's probably closer to 85, 90%. So something to think about. One of the tricks here of the trade is make sure you're capturing it for your agency itself. So make sure your terms of service are really saying that the customer is giving consent to that agency, so that if in the future you see that customer again, then you don't have to necessarily go through that. You've got your own revocation process built, and you've got all your policies and procedures, and that customer knows that they gave it to you. That's going to be a key factor going forward and a good competitive advantage. So anyway, that's when it comes back down to, you know, should you be kept in opt-ins? Start with what do you need to capture and why, and then start very, very simply and go from there. So that's video number 5. I know I don't think I'll be able to come back for video number 6. I'm going to be too sad, but let's see if we can do it. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.